Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Humankind. I was about to say home something, I don't know what. Okay, let's see if this works out properly. For whatever reason, when I started up my initial attempt, OBS decided to report an encoding overload because reasons. There's no reason to have an encoding overload, but it did. This part, we are, as I mentioned at the end of the last part, probably going to be going to war with, who are you again? The Goths. Because, well, you know, they got a nice city right here. And I'd kind of like to get onto this continent. Easiest way to do that? Take their shit. More or less. So that's, what we're going to be doing, I believe, is moving troops into position. I will set you to just auto-explore, and let me start my timer. Almost forgot about that. Come on, game. Come on.
Knowledge, in a form that is codified and searchable, has become available to all. This is no small gift.
Pretty sure we already did writing last part game, so
No doubt this independent people possess sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs. I do hope you're going to treat them well.
I will be honest, it always playing that exact same, more or less at least, soundbite every time the game finally decides to acknowledge you discovering a independent people is annoying.
Straightforward. Be not a fool.
This is clear. You are poison.
I'm sorry. I'm stronger than them, and they are attempting to force me to agree to sign a military treaty with them, which I'm going to assume is the non-aggression pact. No.
There's just no way to make this work. I do not accept.
Why the fuck would I accept that?
Forward, march!
Seriously. Why the fuck would I accept that? That is a terrible deal. Well, more so terrible in the sense that it does nothing for me. I don't benefit from a non-aggression pact with them. For a number of reasons.
Will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care to make a non-aggression pact with them for a number of reasons, one of which is that I'm planning to go to war with them shortly. What to do with you? Only show me things that are constructible. Oh, yes, and you still have... Fine, build the damn harbor so you stop talking about it. And, once you're done with that, go ahead and build the commons quarter, and I guess then you can get to work on, assisting with the construction of Angkor Wat. Wherever it is that we're building that, up here, yes, of course. You know, we are surprisingly struggling with stability. I typically don't have issues with stability, and I don't know if some of the patches they've done since the last campaign that I played for myself have had an effect on stability. Because I do not recall having any struggles with stability. I mean, it was typically maxed out all the time. Actually, cancel that last one. Okay, so that one gives me a little bit of... no, yeah, do that one, because I'd rather have the little bit of extra research as opposed to the little bit extra food. Got some upgrades to our troops, and the Celts have done something to result in me getting a...
Greetings, Sovereign.
That, yes, of course. Can I declare war on you guys again right now? No. Need at least 80 war support. Okay, oh, didn't mean to do that. Wanted to move the entire army back into our borders so that I could give them the upgrade.
Ready all, row.
Okay, yeah, you don't have any upgrades for you. You do. Yeah, we're gonna finish off the Celts once we get the chance. I mean, I could declare a surprise war against them and just crush them immediately.
Blades in the water.
Yes, next turn you guys can disembark. Somebody upgraded. The Greeks have reached the medieval era and they've gone with the Ghanaians.
Will do.
I greet you with the iciness your behavior warrants.
Yeah, they're gonna be dead soon. Put that there. Then get to work on Angkor Wat. And what's this? A watery grave. The coastal city of Memphis, or the great coastal city. You know, it's not just any old coastal city, it's a great one. Of Memphis sends fishing crews far up and down the surrounding coastline. Now one of the new crews has made a startling discovery. Wreckage of an ancient galley lying well preserved in shallow waters. After brief scouting, an experienced diver offers to explore with their gang, and promises a fixed payoff for the Empire. They warn that the expedition isn't for the inexperienced. What is your choice? So we can choose to mobilize. Our military can explore the wreckage alone. The rewards are worth the risk, which I assume is just going to give me more gold. Or we can choose to just take the flat payout of 150. We're guaranteed that. Or we can choose to go with Fanatical for an additional plus 25% faith for 10 turns in Memphis. I'll be honest. You know, we'll do Mobilize, just to see what happens. I expect to get the negative event. I fully do. It'd be great if we, you know, don't end up with a negative event, but I fully expect to get the negative event. The Goths have now finally entered the medieval era, and they've chosen to go with the English. And the Aztecs feel differently about me now.
How
Why?
do you do, whoever you are?
Why do you feel differently about me? I don't know. We don't have... Okay, you're being attacked by somebody. Who are you being attacked by? Nobody. You were being attacked by somebody, but you're at... According to the game, you're at peace right now with everybody I know, so unless it's one of the
No
two
doubt this independent people possess sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs. I do hope you're going to treat them well.
Yeah. What's the curiosity found? Okay, yep, that's all good.
A cultural wonder. In my considered opinion, one of your competitors garnered a lot of fame building that monstrosity.
What? That's not a wonder game. That's just stone rings. It literally means nothing. And yeah, we'd be able to apparently take the city with ease, so I think we're going to do that. Yeah, Just as per usual, I like to be safe when doing big things, make a
You are
save.
the last person I want to see.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm the last person you want to see. And manual battle. And yeah, that's good enough for me, to be honest. Oh, you don't have line of sight on any of them. That actually really sucks. You go here. Can you make it to flank out of curiosity? Are you sure about that, game? Because you seem to claim that I can make it the yeah. No. Come on. So they can make it there, they just, I guess, would not be able to attack if I have them make that move. Okay, that's whatever, I suppose.
Let's go! Let's go!
Work on finishing those guys off. You move into the city.
Let's fight!
You help deal with those guys. I mean, according to the game, apparently you can go all the way around, which I'm assuming is not actually true.
I'm on it.
The game is just lying to me, as games are known to do when they don't feel like giving you accurate information. And we'll just end our round. So those guys finished themselves off for me, which is helpful. Those guys also finished themselves off for me, which is, again, helpful. Okay, they have the ship, which the only unit I have that can deal with the ship is...
All right.
my archers.
Form the ring!
The ship was over there.
Yes.
Oh good, you can finish them off.
Go this way. Time to go. And move!
Okay. And okay, we're gonna have to win this by taking over their
March! Eyes forward!
their capture point, because evidently they do not wish to actually fight me. Which is a bit of an annoyance, but we'll live. Now, did they actually have anything else out of curiosity? Okay, game claims were comparable in string, which is outright BS, considering that we were previously considered, or they were previously considered to be weaker than us. And that was like only a couple turns ago. I highly doubt that they managed to poof into existence a whole bunch of troops. And especially considering they got some troops that are a little on the old side.
Don't fall behind.
So yeah, no, I don't think we are in any way comparable, game. And I think you are very much confused.
Hail, Sovereign.
So it should be noted, when you declare a surprise war, you get a badge for it. There are 3 levels of the badges. So while having this badge, its owner gains some war support when destroying an enemy district based on the level of the badge. And it expires after a certain number of turns. In this case, it's 21 turns for level 1. I assume it's probably 21 turns for each level. And it maybe refreshes each time you go up in level. I've never bothered going above level 1, because I also don't typically destroy enemy districts. Surprise wars for me are literally just because I don't want to sit around waiting 50 turns to be able to finally go to war with you. Especially when I want to finish you off, which admittedly I kind of want to do with the Celts, so we may end up also doing a surprise war against them relatively soon. And by that I mean we're going to go ahead and move our troops into position to do just that. Whether or not that happens this part is, well, something we'll just have to wait and find out, I guess. Now, they have chosen to fall back. Yeah, they got a bunch of shit that I have to put down.
Forward, march!
This is fine. What's this?
We've been going nowhere. Shall we try forward?
Okay, the Aztecs want a non-aggression pact.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy?
Shut
Barrier
up,
or a
game.
blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
You know, I will accept that just to keep them off our backs for the time being. They're also not a significant threat to our efforts to win the game. Whoever Black is getting a little close for comfort on the fame. So yeah, that's something we're gonna have to deal with. How close are we to getting another one of the military stars? 27 out of 33 units. Some of our places are starving, evidently. I'm not quite sure. Oh, yes, it's the outposts. Whatever. What are you? Yeah, you're out-of-date units. You'll probably fight me. You'll lose. Nope, they chose not to fight me. Okay. That's fine with me. Ah, the Celtic special units, which are weaker than ours. Although I'm pretty sure they're from the same era. Okay, those guys. You converted here, wonderful.
Let's go!
Over here, you're gonna run away, I'm sure. Yep. So we can get a new tenant. Plus 20 science per alliance on Empire. We are probably not going to be making alliances, so no. I'm inclined to go for a shoe gluttony for the cheaper units and the extra movement speed. Let's see. Oh, good. And we already converted these guys culturally. And we are going to probably go with the monoculturalism there. Because I need... Yeah.
That should help with simplicity and keep things focused,
I need the stability.
depending, of course, on where you go next.
Because, yeah, these these guys ain't doing so hot. Although they seem to be getting better now. You're suddenly trending towards 100. You are turning towards 84 now. And you are trending towards 100 as well. Wonderful. Can you... No, you can't make it down that cliff, evidently. That's... fine. Just, move to the... you know what? I want you to kill their units first. Mongols have changed their attitude towards me. Okay, I'll acknowledge that. They are aggressive now.
Let us speak honestly.
They are still weaker than us, but that means we can potentially expect them to go to war with us soon. Which is an annoyance.
You are the last.
We'll live, though.
Formation!
Now, I know these guys aren't going to fight me again. This is the issue with only having the one army. If I brought a second army up here, I'd be able to sort of have one do the initial engagement and force them to retreat, and then the second army can move in and actually fight a battle with them. However, we only have 3 armies right now, one of which is in the process of still trying to build up ever so slowly. And realistically, I should probably finish that. What is our composition? 3 infantry, or 3 Praetorian, rather. So I need 1 more Praetorian, right? Yeah. 1 archer and 1 anti-cav. Wonderful. And you know what? You're right there. And our war support is independent. So you can technically be losing one war, but if you're winning another war, you will not lose both wars. You will only lose the one that you were losing. Which I do kind of like the way that that works. Because some games don't do that. They like to put all your wars into one giant egg basket, and yeah, it just, no. So yeah, you know, we're gonna do a surprise war against the Celts as well. Oh shit, their troops moved. Okay, well, if their troops are gonna move, I'm just gonna go and attack the city then. New grievance from you? What? What'd you do? Oh, you're oppressing my people. Yes, because Nock has converted to our culture, and thus them owning it is considered oppression of our people. So let's go ahead and finish off the Celts. Technically, because they have that army still, they can technically get an outpost or something up. So that is something we will have to deal with.
Charge!
And I can't say I'm surprised that I do not have the movement to game.
Here we go!
Oh, I was left clicking and the game says no, left clicks don't work.
Attack! And back!
And they're gonna go ahead and suicide themselves against me. Are you gonna finish that one off, or am I gonna have to have somebody move in to finish them off? Okay, wonderful. So that is the that is the Celts effectively dealt with. Now I just need to chase after these guys. Still no real armies. I'm assuming their issue is that they probably lack iron, and that's why they're still using those units that they are.
Onward to victory!
Oh, you're gonna fight me. Ah, you got reinforcements, and you think those reinforcements are gonna be sufficient. I think that is wishful thinking.
Acknowledged.
But you do you. You know, you do you. That's perfectly fine if you think those reinforcements will be enough. I don't. Especially since I can actually just sort of waltz onto your flag, and if I hold it, I win, no matter what. So, you know.
Attack! March!
Let's go ahead and do that. And so that these guys can't actually deploy, we're gonna just stand on that tile. They will not be able to deploy because you cannot deploy on a tile that is currently occupied. So, yep, those guys are screwed, and I'm not gonna move the cav. They did not do much damage to our crossbowmen. Those guys are gonna be pretty beat up, but we'll be fine.
Let's go! Go! Fight! Fight! Let's go! Fight!
Okay. Just end our round. Are you going for my... You are. Personally, I'd have gone for the Praetorians that are weakened.
And attack!
You know, I think that would have made a lot more sense to have gone for the unit that's about to die, as opposed to the guys that are still at pretty decent strength, all things considered.
Go this way. Let's go! Let's go!
There they go again. Won that with no losses. Now, granted, my guys are pretty badly beat up, and I cannot heal them right now until I
You are the last.
get to safety. Yeah, I need to find out whoever Black is and
A
knock
new
them out.
independent people.
Oh my god.
And who are they? Time will tell if they are helpful, helpless, or history.
And the war with the Celts is considered to be over, since I've taken their city. So we will take that, and I'm gonna take all your shit, so that you're done. You're gonna owe me 1,200, which presumably whether you can actually afford to pay 1,200 is completely irrelevant. If it puts you in debt, it puts you in debt, I'm assuming. I've yet to lose a war, so I'm not quite certain on that.
You've made the right choice.
Now, technically they are ransacking me wherever those troops are, and I will more than likely have to attack them. But since they are technically in my territory, presumably the way this will work is that if they are in my territory, they are they're free game to be able to attack without declaring war. I would assume that's how it would work. I honestly can't say for certain because I don't actually know.
March!
Typically, these guys tend to get finished off by the AI or whatever, has been my experience. They run into, you know, an aggressive, independent state, and yeah. They just get knocked out with their last unit. Are you... yes, you are maxed out, but I am currently missing the influence necessary to assimilate you. And this is going to be one of those turns as well that's a little bit on the slow side to actually process.
The site of Angkor Wat is worthy of reverence, not merely for the temples, but for the care it took with water and irrigation.
Wonderful. Anchor water's up. Osmosis event here, so a little bit of free science.
Together!
Does this require a war? No. It looks like I'm gonna have to probably use my cav to deal with them.
Attack! To arms!
Which is annoying, but we'll survive. I assume you're not gonna come and fight me. No, of course not. Oh, no, I need more iron. Do you happen to have any iron on you? No, that would look to be a no. Okay. We'll live. It's a shame you don't have any, because that would make my life a hell of a lot easier.
Onward.
Okay. You go ahead and get those upgrades. You get that. You know, we haven't actually built one of these Kaiser domes, so you know what, let's do that. Oh, wow, that is a great place to build it, evidently. It's gonna give us a boatload of industry and faith as well. Let's get that out first. How close am I to getting another decent ways out? There we go, and we have overtaken by a decent margin black again, so we got a little bit of breathing room. Got the agrarian star, wonderful. Did that max out? No, not yet. We need 152 pop to max that out.
Give us strength!
It's quite a bit of pop. Who the fuck are you? Oh, you guys got picked up by that guy. Yes, of course. And let's fight this. That's fine. I would like to deploy make sure you deploy the Praetorians, not the archer. And I would oh no, they got those guys. In theory, okay, yeah, they don't want to fight that. I'm not surprised by that, to be honest. Oh, and you guys weren't able to get far enough away. So, sucks to be them. Oh, and of course, don't have line of sight on either of these guys, in fact.
Together!
And annoyingly, I can't actually get to... They're in a decent spot that I really can't access them. I assume that I means they're not seen. Yes, no opponent unit has line of sight. Okay, there we go. There's the other group. You're not gonna do a whole hell of a lot.
Fight!
Against the full health one, so flank around and try and do some damage to the already damaged one. And hopefully you don't die.
Okay.
End round because you can't do anything. Of course, those guys move in to fill the gap. And you're gonna run away, because I'd rather you not die. Oh, wonderful. You can finish that off. Oh, you can actually get in there, apparently. and you can finish them off. There we go. And that is the Celts officially knocked out. You know what? No, damn it, game. Where the fuck am I?
Ready for guard.
Don't. Oh god, I wish you didn't fucking auto-rotate. I hate that shit in these games. I'll look for it between parts. What's this? A map of the heavens. The Empire's achievements in the sciences are already a matter of great pride. Now a bright, industrious woman hailing from the Empire's most renowned center of learning, Babylon, has presented you with an atlas of the heavens, dividing the stars into constellations. Their wheeling nature, once the domain of the gods alone, now approaches human comprehension. How should it be used? We can militarize it. Sharing this with our Empire's armies could give us an edge in exploration. So, +2 vision range for 10 turns. Or educate. With adequate funding, a work like this could inspire a generation of artists and thinkers. So, lose 5 money for 10 turns, which I can live with. And gain +10 science for 10 turns on 5 cities. Presumably those are going to be your 5 most populous cities in order from most populous to least populous. Or maybe it'll specifically look at their research production. I'm not 100% certain. Because we have more than 5 cities, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, no, I guess technically we only have 5 cities directly under our control. So, yeah, no, I guess it's probably for every city. It's just, it specifies how many cities you have at the time in which you're using it. Which in our case is 5. Presumably if we add a 6th, that 6th city will not get the bonus. That's just an assumption on my part. I do not know that for certain. But it would make sense. Okay, next turn we can add the cures. Or we can assimilate them, which is great, because I kind of want to do that. Admittedly, this will take, especially when you tie it with our war, with the end of our war, this is gonna take us over our city cap by a decent margin. And we don't, I believe, have another... Yes, we do not actually have another city cap plus coming. But we will be able to start absorbing cities, which will be helpful in dealing with this issue in the first place.
I greet you with the ice.
Okay, yeah, so they're losing war support no matter what. Oh, that's finally finished. A dark day for the Empire. The dive was a disaster from beginning to end, stormy seas and lashing winds leading to difficult conditions both above and below the surface. 15 of the city's soldiers drowned, while others returned with grievous wounds. Many say the city's military is cursed. A ruination. The disastrous expedition has scared many away from military life in Memphis, so those units will cost a lot more. Honestly kind of whatever to me in the grand scheme of things. I don't actually care too much, but yeah, so that's a thing. We will probably be merging Memphis and Bibracate, or however it's pronounced, into one. Yeah, I think that would work, and then maybe Cyper and Nemosis into one as well. But first things first.
You have assimilated an independent people. Every culture, greater or lesser, is a building block in a civilization.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. And I don't really care for your troops, to be honest. I mean, they're not bad. They're just, you know, not my unit composition. Although I will take this one. so that I don't have to build one in Memphis. And you know what? I will get rid of the chariot. But we'll leave the other spearmen, or well, pikemen, more accurately now. And we'll build another army somewhere, and the troops will meet up in Cures. I think that'll work it perfectly fine. Get out some of these nice easy buildings first. And then we'll just... that's quite a few buildings, we'll leave that be for now. Yeah, I don't care if somebody's buying that now. I assume the English now have another city somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Okay, we've discovered the Taurus, but the English had actually discovered it first. I say we discovered it because I assume we technically did. We came by here around the same time, but their unit moved first. So they were technically the ones who got to discover it. You go to Babylon. Nope, that's... yep, I fucked up. Still had the one unit selected, so of course it takes him out. I assume next turn you guys will be considered out of war support, or if you know, I do that, that works too. No? No? Okay. Does that give us war support? Yeah, okay, that gives us war support. That doesn't decrease theirs. For some reason I thought that decreased theirs, but evidently I was wrong. What do we want to do? What can I... do I have any good spots for building? I do, evidently. I have one at least. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get some more science out. And how are all of our cities doing, out of curiosity, with stability? Well, we just assimilated you, so you're gonna have issues, and while I build up your infrastructure, you were just conquered, so I need to build up your infrastructure as well, and you're gonna be merging with something else anyway, so that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So the cities that do matter are in good condition. Okay, this should be the end of the war now. So, I want this, and that. Actually, how much do I have? I have 160. So not enough to make you my vassal. That's too far away. That is close enough for me to say, let's take it. Or do I want to take Kamal instead? Because Perova is too far away. Also, you know what would be great is if the game showed different symbols here for outposts and cities, instead of it being literally the exact same symbol. That would be wonderful. You know, actually, I think we'll take Kamal. It's technically worth more as well. Which means in theory... oh no, I actually can't take them all. Why is it... that shouldn't be bothering to show up as a check if I literally can't afford it with this current setup. Okay, so yeah, no, we'll take Seta Malik, or however it's pronounced. And we'll still get a little bit of reparations. Got the expansionist star, and technically we can move on to the next tier if we want to, which we may. But we have conquered their city, or their capital, in fact. Not just any old city, it was their capital. which is wonderful for us. Because it's a, at least in part, already developed city. Which makes our life easier. Yep, you guys continue moving back to the capital. You auto-explore. Whoops. Yes, auto-explore. And we got another civic option. So, Fields of Plenty, and again, I realize I'm not generally reading these. Hark! Your empire is on the land of plenty. Your city's a quiltwork of farms and small holdings that feed your hungry and ambitious people, while new methods of the age bring huge grain silos into your employ, transforming the farming landscape. As the sector scales up, you must now ask yourself if it is time to the state ran the empire's farms. So, +1 trader slot is the timer. On city or outpost per market quarter, or +1 farmer slot on city or outpost per farmer's quarter. I'm generally inclined to go for this because, again, food is often my issue when it comes to starting to merge cities together. So, I'm going to say remind me later, but let's see. We are the first to make it here, as should be fairly obvious. Nobody else has made it to the early modern age, and so we have 100% of the choices. So we could choose to go with the Dutch, which gives us a fancy schmancy naval unit, which I don't really care for. We can go with the, I'm gonna butcher that, so I'm not gonna try, but one of a some sort of like Native American tribe. One that I can't say I've heard of, to be honest. They come with their own version of the gunner units that are going to be unique to this era. Main thing is that it has stealth. Cannot be seen except by adjacent units. We can go with the Joseon, which I definitely butchered. That would be, what, the... I want to say Japanese or Koreans. Yeah, I'm going to go with Koreans, to be honest, on that one. We can go with the Ming, which I don't really care for. They're unique units, just sort of whatever. I don't really build a lot of these fancier ones. Janissaries isn't bad. I don't really care for the Poles because I don't actually typically use cavalry, to be honest. And the Spanish, I've gone with the Spanish numerous times, but never actually bothered building the conquistadors. Just because I don't really care, because I don't ransack. So their El Dorado bonus is worthless to me. We can go with the Edo Japanese, which gives us a unique anti-cav unit. And apparently they prevent their army from retreating, which, no. Why would I ever want that? As a player, I would literally never want that. Because there are times when I want my armies to retreat, and if I have one of those units in an army, I literally am not allowed to retreat. So, screw that noise. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna go potentially with the Ottomans, because I do like that siege mastery. Bonus combat strength when participating in an assault or sortie. Actually sounds really nice, because that's something we're gonna do quite a bit of. And you know what, just to make sure we lock that down, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and adopt the Ottomans now. And I do realize it's a little bit funky to be going from the Teutonic Knights to the Ottomans.
Geography, cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment. The world wonders if anybody could do as well as Suleiman. They didn't call him the Great in flattery.
And yet again, supposed to sort of show the transition to the buildings, but yeah, our stuff isn't quite there. Particularly with the build out of our districts. They're not quite built out, like, at all in the neighboring area, I believe. So we don't really have any walls around the capital, except for literally right around the capital. So you didn't get to really see much of that transition. Also doesn't help that you got the mountain blocking half your view.
On the lookout.
But okay, so we are now at the part of the game where I can start merging cities together. It is stupidly expensive to do, however, it should be noted. 13.4K, so we will not be doing it for quite a while.
So nice to hear from you.
So, yes, you are oppressing my people. I shall demand you give me knock.
Make it right now.
Although
A most offensive outrage.
they are very clearly not going to be our friends. Ah, and they want to earn the hero reputation badge, which I'm going to assume is for winning a war against somebody who has the traitor badge. Yes, I would assume that's how that works. It's not going to work out for them because, again, the game claims that their strength is weaker than us, so they can feel free to go to war with us if they feel so inclined. Just, you know, it's gonna more than likely result in them being destroyed.
Warrants.
Yeah, their issue is that they don't actually have iron. Does anybody else have iron, out of curiosity?
Your empire is an enigma.
Well, in your case, I probably am only being shown it because I know explicitly that you have it, because I can see it. So the other people, I don't know, actually, if they have it, although you and... Oh, never mind. That's in my borders. I was gonna say, damn it, they have the one resource we need to be able to build our gunpowder units, and no, they don't. It's actually in our borders. I just need to expand out this city to actually be able to, encompass it. Well, technically I could have built it with influence out the outpost, but yeah, no thanks. Let's see. I wanted to expand you. Did I want to give you iron, or do I want to let that go to knock? Oh, no, you know what? No, knock will probably be getting absorbed into some other city, so that's perfectly fine, and that'll actually give us the other iron we were looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that up to the front.
We feel this proposal would benefit all.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say no to pretty much anything the English ask, because I do not want to be their friends. And that's just the way I am with these games. If I do not wish to be your friend at all, I'm never going to accept any offer you give me. Go ahead and upgrade our primary infantry units. And you know what? You can go ahead and join them. So what are you? You are +1 faith per district, +3 influence, -10 stability, which is just the usual penalty for districts. I'm gonna, let's see. Reality is you guys could probably stand to have more food. So let's go ahead and start building out your food as well. Babylon, where do you recommend I build this Babylon? Oh, right next to the Kaiser Dome, you say? I mean, sure. Sure, game. We'll build a Ottoman Muslim building right next to a Teutonic Knights Christianity building. You know. Technically speaking, it's not an issue because our religion has not changed, but yes, it is one of those sort of weird things. Okay, what's going on over here? Ah, yes, the slaves thing. Do we do war slaves plus 1 bonus pop per ransack? Again, I don't ransack. Or extra food and industry on commons quarters, which I do typically have to build those as we progress through the game. Those are these things. Mostly because I need the stability. I don't really care for the food and industry or whatever it was. I just don't. But I need the stability, which is the only reason why I ever build those. To be completely honest with you. So there we go. That just got built. Okay, let's get you guys a fort. Well, a fort infrastructure, not the garrison district. Which I assume you were only able to build because you have a garrison. I assume is a requirement for that. It does not explicitly say, but it does have the on garrison plus yada yada yada, so yeah, I assume it does require that. And I do not have the 2 copper necessary to get the charcoal kiln. But let's get some more research going. Back at the capital.
With 5 farmers' quarters, this one city must have more farmers than most empires.
I don't think it does. Realistically, I don't think it does. God, that is a lot of food you're pumping out over there. So let's pump the brakes a little bit and let's get some industry. And you know what? It wouldn't hurt to get some money coming in as well.
You have unlocked seafaring. To safely travel the dangerous, hungry oceans. You can cause trouble anywhere you want now, and have a better chance of getting away with it.
Not that we are likely going to be really utilizing that much, and we have the final tenet that we can choose for our religion. And as I mentioned, like I said, shamanism tends to be the one that just allows you to very quickly jump through the tiers. I mean, technically we were a little bit slow. I think I'm getting the first tier, but we jumped through pretty freaking quickly. Moving on. So we can get raise monuments plus 50 science on cultural wonders, which actually sounds really nice. Sustain the faithful plus 20 stability on territories if territories follow foreign religion. Not useful for us because our places are not going to be following foreign religions. Unless it's specifically referring to... Well, no. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, so I don't know why you would choose this. That seems useless. More stability if your territories follow a different religion than your own? Why? We will never have alliances, or at least I don't plan to, so that's useless for us. Also, +3 maximum number of holy sites, but everything else is +1? Why? Why, game? Why? Or +2 combat strength on units. We typically don't have an issue with combat strength. We tend to be technologically superior to our enemies. And particularly when we get towards later game, we are going to not only be technologically superior, we are going to have vastly stronger, or vastly more units. So we will outnumber them and have better units. So that I don't really care too much for that, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go for raised monuments because we need to catch up on our research. We are technically a tier of research behind where we should be based upon what era we are in. And, you know, national wonders are not really going to be an issue for us to get our hands on. I assume that's probably going to take require a turn to go by before it takes effect. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong thing. So that's an administrative center. That's the temple. Out of curiosity, does that also include... No, it does not include stone rings. I kind of figured it wouldn't, but you know. They are a shared project, so I just wasn't 100% certain. And you know what? You are very close to your population cap. So once you're done getting the Great Fish Market, go ahead and pump out a couple of cogs. And I let this part run a little bit long, so we are now actually a little bit over an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this part here. Next part, we might be getting into a war with the Mongols. It won't be a particularly exciting war because the only place we can really engage them here is around Nock, and that'll be knocked out very quickly. I do not currently have a means of getting over to San Lorenzo and Leventa over here because I do not know of a safe route. At least not one that is super time consuming right now, so those cogs that Babylon will be building in the next couple of turns will be very beneficial for us to be able to figure out how to get over here. But it probably won't be happening anytime soon, and holy crap, they got a lot of gold. Yeah, I would love to take over San Lorenzo and its surrounding outposts, because that's a lot of gold, which is, well, free money. Plus 2% money per gold, and I think just exploiting it also gives you more. Or is it only for that? It might only be for that. Also, if we can ever get the wondrous effect on it, that's then plus 5% money per gold. And, oh, what's that? You only need 4 gold to exploit to get that, and we are already at 2, and they have 4 gold right there? Yeah, that's great for us. We will be rolling in money even more so than we already are right now. I mean, we're doing okay. We could do better, and we will do better if we manage to conquer San Lorenzo in the future. So yeah, that's something we're gonna want to get our hands on. It really is. The game claimed we were exploiting gold, but I don't actually recall having any gold in our empire. And it's not showing over here, so I don't think we actually have gold in our empire. The game's just lying its ass off to me. Because, yeah, I don't have gold. But it says... Oh, you must exploit at least 2 out of 4 deposits of this type. Okay, never mind, I was reading it wrong. Also, 2 out of 4 is a little bit of a weird way of saying things. Just tell me, is it 2? Is it 4? Why 2 out of 4? Is there only 4 on the map and you need to exploit at least half? And just coincidentally, you spawned all 4 around green? I mean, maybe? It's the only reason this would make any sense in that case. That you need to exploit at least half. Yeah, I think that's it. You need to exploit at least half. Oh my god, we're exploiting 3 coffee. Which means we have the 2 out of 4, which means my places should be getting a plus 15% food. I don't know. I can't say I see it. I can't say I see that particular bonus. Oh, it's probably coming from the exploitation. Is it being included there? That's a weird place to include it. I would probably break that out personally. Have what you're getting in total, show your base, and then show any modifiers. So it would say 208, and then it would say, I don't know, 100 is our base exploitation, and then it'll show any bonuses we get to exploitation. But I'm assuming that's where that 15% is being applied, is to our exploitation. Unless it's literally all food, period, no matter what source, which I don't know. I really don't. I never paid too much attention to those because I typically just end up exploiting everything by the end of the game, more or less anyway, so it's kind of whatever. But yeah, that'll be it for this part. Like I said, I will see you all next time. Let me make sure I save. Yeah, so that'll be it for this part, and I will see you all next time, where, like I said, we will probably end up with a very unexciting war, potentially, with the Mongols to take over Nok. Either they will declare the war on us, or we'll declare it on them, but either way, I'm sure a war is going to break out. But until next time, goodbye. Quick reminder that I do have a Patreon and a Discord. I do highly recommend that you join the Discord if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with the channel, because that is my go-to place for posting on that type of stuff. But like I said, I'll see you all next time.